Today, we're going to be discussing how to build a healthy self-esteem. How do we build a healthy self-esteem? And in fact, what is a healthy self-esteem and what is a self-esteem at all? What is a low self-esteem? What are the evidence that shows that somebody has a low self-esteem? Where does it come from? How can it be managed? How does it affect our lives? Those are the things we want to discuss today on Minds and Health. So what is a healthy self-esteem? Or what is even a self-esteem? Your self-esteem is just how you see yourself. How do you regard yourself? How much value do you place on yourself? Do you believe that you are worthy? Do you believe that you are intelligent? Do you think that you are a good person? The sum total of how you evaluate yourself and how you regard yourself is your self-esteem. So what is a healthy self-esteem? A healthy self-esteem is having the appropriate value for yourself, realizing who you are and who you are not. So is a healthy self-esteem meaning that you believe that you are the best person or you are the most intelligent? No. A healthy self-esteem, it gives you the accurate evaluation of yourself. If you have an unduly high notion of yourself, it's not a healthy self-esteem. You just have a high ego. A healthy self-esteem is understanding that I am valued, I am a good person, but there are limitations to me. So when I understand that there are limitations to me, I do not beat myself up or get angry with myself because I made a mistake. It's having an accurate picture of yourself, of your positive side, and of your negative side. But even when you have that accurate picture of your negative side, not undervaluing yourself or hating yourself because you have a negative side. You're a human being. And as all human beings, we all make mistakes. We all have places where we are not perfect. But we should understand that this is what makes us humans. And so we do not begin to hate ourselves. So having a healthy self-esteem is understanding who you are as a person. What makes me who I am? Am I a happy person? Am I an intelligent person? And what are my shortcomings? Do I get angry easily? Did I make a mistake yesterday? And then putting those things in the right perspective is having a healthy self-esteem. So how can we identify someone that has an unhealthy self-esteem? It could be a low self-esteem or a superiority complex. Let's say you're given a compliment and someone says, "Oh, you're looking very nice." If your response is, "Oh, I don't think so. I don't think I'm looking very nice," it might be a telltale sign that you do not have a very strong or high respect or regard for yourself. If you are paid a compliment and someone says something nice about you, what you should say is thank you. But if you find yourself that you are complimented and you do not know how to respond, or you feel the person is just saying something that is not true to you, you should find out why you feel that way. Having a healthy self-esteem is what helps you manage situations in life effectively. It helps you manage relationships. It helps you manage assignments and helps build you into the right kind of person that can be successful. Your self-esteem supports you in coping when situations are not so good. Because if you keep blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong, or you keep putting yourself down whenever you make mistakes, you might be setting yourself up for mental issues that will affect you eventually. So you should always have the right concept and right perspective of yourself that is not so high that nobody can speak to you because you have an over-bloated ego or an over-bloated sense of who you are, or is not so low where you feel totally unworthy. I'm a failure. Why do you believe that you're a failure? I can never make it. Why do you say that to yourself? Where does it come from? I want to talk about where the low self-esteem comes from, because it's very important you understand why you are who you are. I want to help you understand where low self-esteem comes from, because it's good that you understand why you are who you are. The first factor that affects how we feel about ourselves is our upbringing. How were you treated as a child? Were you supported? Were you loved? Were you able to speak when your parents were there? Were you always compared to your sibling? Saying, oh, can't you see this child is doing better than you? Did they constantly speak negative words to you? You are so stubborn. You are such a silly child. You don't know anything. You cannot amount to anything. Did you hear those words when you were growing up? That can affect your self-esteem. Another factor that affects our self-esteem is the experiences we've had in life. If you've been in a relationship that you were traumatized, that you were negatively dealt with, it affects your self-esteem. If you were in a relationship where you were constantly verbally abused or physically abused, it takes a toll on your self-esteem because you begin to feel that for this person to treat me this way is because I do not have value. Another factor that affects our self-esteem is media and media representation, whether it's movies, whether it is social media. Because we compare ourselves to these movie stars and we compare ourselves to these people on social media that only present just a small aspect of their lives, we begin to believe that our own lives are not good enough. You see the movie stars in their best clothes, in fancy cars, but that is just a minute aspect of their lives. They are not showing you everything. You see those on social media. Before anybody on social media posts a picture or video, there are thousands of pictures and videos that they do not share. They do not share the days maybe that they are crying. They are not sharing the days maybe they had a failure. They are not sharing the days where they have arguments. They are only showing the best part of their lives. And you are taking the best part of their lives and comparing it with